This is the Fastbreak, the ultimate podcast where we dive deep into the world of the MMA Basketball Association. Guiding you through the highs, the lows, and the incredible stories that make basketball more than just a game. Be competitive, be the dogs you know you are, but most importantly, be careful. This is the Fast.
Yo, what up? What up?
My
This
fault.
guy.
All right, go ahead. Do it now, then I cut it out.
This guy. You could just leave.
No.
You could just leave it in there. You could just leave it in there. You know what I'm saying? Because we're back. We're finally back. I think it's been like we didn't even do a pod all of last season, and then Tone and Sosa laid the gauntlet, so we had to respond. You know what I'm saying? We had to respond. So we're back with a finally an episode of the Fast Break. You got your boy BG here, and then my co-hosts.
Oh my God, every time.
Oh, I'm the co-host, right?
Yeah, you would be. That's your job on here tonight.
Yes, sir. Hold
He's
on,
not going to
BG, do it again. I had a good intro.
Okay. All right.
Let's actually just redo it. Like I'll cut it out. Then let's
No, don't cut it out. Don't cut it out. You know what I'm saying? It's authentic, man. I got a good one.
Okay. All right. So back with your boy BG in the building, and my co-host
Ace, yo.
That was your intro?
Yeah, that was my intro.
Oh my goodness. And our producer in the background. Yeah, everybody's favorite.
Big D.
Pause.
The original glue guy, the OG glue guy, aka the
OG.
My favorite teammate of all time, man.
Yes, sir. Y'all see that type of love I get, even though I ain't on the roster. Real ones know.
That is crazy. So we're starting the Fast Break podcast. We're gonna go with a whole new format. We got an outline prepared. So to get us started, we're gonna go right off with the tip off talk. That's what we call this, a tip off talk. So right now, we just kind of want to recap some of the biggest like headlines going on. Obviously, and we got 4 minutes to talk about this. So obviously, one of the biggest things this season to talk about, since it's been a hot minute, is all the trades and all the FFs. So what do y'all think about the state of the league and all the trades, the forfeits, all this stuff? Like what's going on? Like what y'all feeling about this?
I just wanted to say I told y'all on draft night that
Man.
BG was gonna get somebody up out of here. And sure enough, he didn't got somebody up out of there. Just know when you get drafted to the BG team, just have a little, community conversation with the four of y'all and figure out who going out first.
I mean, literally nobody's safe, which is crazy.
First off, I want to say, no, you're probably right. Nobody is safe, but
nobody is safe.
But Ace can attest to this. He's been on my team as when I was a captain. I communicate with my players. So anything that's going on, you're not gonna necessarily be surprised. I always communicate with my teammates and vice versa. I like to run my team where I allow for, open communication and it's not just a dictatorship, but we talk about what's going on. So I do want to mention. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was gonna say that I think a lot of the trades that we saw, or I ain't gonna say a lot of them. I think half of them made sense, and then half of them just didn't make sense at all. So, for instance, when we were just talking about BG, how he made the trade, a lot of people was kind of confused with that because he made a trade for a similar type of player, like a similar caliber player. Mac, we know he went in the second round. Many people thought that he was gonna be a top 5 pick, and BG traded him and got Jesus instead. Now Jesus.
Is it Jesus or is it Jesus?
He actually said it doesn't matter. Either one is fine.
All right, man. I'm not calling him Jesus, brother. I'm calling him Jesus.
It do feel a little strange calling him Jesus, right? But that's his name. That's his name. So I say, hey, I'm gonna call him Jesus. But when
his mama named him that.
His name is actually Jesus Christ, which is it is crazy. But anyway, when BG, yes, serious,
bro.
I heard he is a carpenter as well.
He actually is.
This is insane.
We got a minute, so let's Darius.
All right,
We
go ahead,
gotta hear
my
this.
fault.
No, but when Brandon made that trade, I know for me when I was watching, I thought Jesus, as great of a player he is, I thought he was a little bit of a gun. So it was interesting to see how he was going to translate his game once he got on BG team. And I think now, man, they look good. It just show how adaptable he is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, and that's the thing, like as a cap, when you're making trades, they do got to make sense. At first, I was questioning the Black Order trade. That was a big trade as well. And it looks like it paid dividends. Now, obviously, they lost to us, but they had no practice. And I know exactly how it goes because we did the same thing.
Yeah.
We made a trade and then played a game that night. So you have no chemistry, no practice. I don't know if y'all was able to even practice a game before y'all played us, but it does make a huge difference.
We
So
did, but even still, you're getting used to play styles, and I go from power forward to going to guard. So like, it was just a weird game. Not a weird game, but weird game.
yeah, yep, facts. And to wrap up, we got 15 seconds left. I'm gonna just say that this another state of the league kind of thing is the Titans Wrath started out kind of hot, like we thought they were gonna shock the world, and now they're cooling off a little bit. So I'm wondering if teams are catching up to them. And with that, hit the buzzer. All right, we're gonna move on. So we're gonna move on to the box score breakdown. I'm gonna pull up a couple of box scores real quick. And we're gonna we'll put about 8 minutes on the clock here, but I don't think we're gonna spend that much time. So it might be about another 4 minutes. Matter of fact, we'll go with another 4 minutes. We'll just go over a couple of the box scores, and we can even go back maybe a couple weeks since this is the first pod from this season, like officially. I'd like to kind of go over maybe a couple of box scores that stood out. Give me 2 seconds here to pull it up. I will ask while I'm pulling this up. So, what have been a couple like surprises for y'all as far as gameplay, like the way teams have looked?
I
And
think now I haven't kept track of the names, but I know Johnny's team or not Johnny, Luis's team with all the PR boys over there, plus Sylvester.
Miami,
Yeah, they really surprised me. I thought a lot of people, not me,
Me.
I don't want no problem, Johnny. But a lot of people thought that team was probably gonna be the worst team in the league. And bro, they look very good. Definitely got some stuff to work on, but every game they play in is competitive.
yeah, it's at this point it looks like dog fight, like dog eat dog, dog fight. Be ready to you got to bring your gloves, your boxing gloves, and just be ready to throw down with them because they don't like it's not there's no rollover in them. And speaking of that, getting to our box score. So last game, which was just played last night. So as of tonight, this pod is being recorded on a Thursday. Game was played on Wednesday. Final score, 56-57 in a 2K where offense has kind of been the focus. That's a low scoring game. Just off glance, that tells me it was a defensive battle. And I'm just going to go through a little bit of the stats that stand out. We had Ken Donga, I believe his name is Charlie, the center from Titans Wrath, had a solid game, 11 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, a block, and shot 3 for 4 from three, along with 4 for 6 overall from the field. So he had a solid game there. Nightwing Johnny had 21 points, rather efficient, 7 for 11 from the field, 5 for 8 from three. I guess he wasn't truly running like technically the point because he only had 2 assists, but Miami boy had 7 points to go with 9 assists. Not going to go over their entire team's box score, but then on the other side, little rehash, we had Mike who hit a big shot last night, 17 points uh, to go along with 1 assist, 1 turnover, 5 for 11 shooting from the field, 5 for 9 from the three. And then Ace, your boy, number 1 pick shot, had a very efficient game, very efficient, 10 points, 1 rebound, 17 assists, y'all. 17 of them things. 2 steals to go with 1 turnover, and then 5 for 6 from the field. 0 for 1 from three. Another standout looks like Division with 16 points, 9 boards, one assist, and 2 blocks, and 8 for 12 from the field. So just to kind of look at that game, just from if you didn't watch the game and you see the box score, what pops out to y'all? Like I don't know if I know I'm not sure if y'all have the box score pulled up, but anything stand out to y'all just from like a glance of that box score first?
I mean, me playing. I mean, obviously me playing the game. I mean, what really shocked, I think, us because we had a game plan. Got a couple practices off and was trying out this new defense. Um, but early on, I mean, it did not work. It did not work
Mm,
in that first quarter. And shout out to Viz who like scrapped it after that first quarter. Scrapped the defense and switched it up. It's tough when you're playing. I tell people all the time, like playing, like practicing against a random team. I don't take too much stock in that because MMA is completely different where we can watch film on each team and you get to see people's tendencies, how they play. But shout out to Viz for scrapping that. We switched defenses in the second quarter and they scored 4 points. But really, I think what shocked me was Miami was running the point. We didn't expect that because I mean it's Johnny, but we all know Miami. We've Miami been in MMA forever, and we ain't never see him
hmm
dish like how he was dishing last night. And he actually did a solid job too. So that joint kind of threw us off. But Mike was had a terrible like start to that game, dealing with some internet issues, but hitting that game winner at the end, man. Shout out to Mel, keeping faith. Mel called out the play for him, and he hit it. Got us the dub.
Mike. Hey
Mike,
man, I'm also throw this in there. I gotta say we gotta put some respect on Johnny's name. There were some maybe I'll even use the term snickers and sneers when he was taken in the first round. But so far, he low key is looking like he could be a franchise player. Um, maybe not the top of the top, but he's been hooping. So put some respect on his name. I'm gonna go to another box score. There was one I really wanted to kind of look at. Okay, so we had another epic matchup between the Syndicate and the Symbiotes. Symbiotes, I believe, are in first at the moment, and Symbiotes are in second, but it's like half a game between them or something like that.
nah.
So
Symbiote first. Symbiotes are first.
Symbiotes are
They,
first. Okay.
yeah, they beat them the first game. I think by a couple points. Like you said, it's like a half a point, but I think they
Yeah.
got the same record, but they are first.
Okay, so this box score, this I don't remember the exact night this was, but this was the game. So this was their most recent game. Symbiotes ended up winning. I'm sorry, the Syndicate ended up winning. So again, Syndicate is DJ's team. Symbiotes is Zach's team. Symbiotes or Syndicates, goodness, ended up winning 60-56. On this in this box score, we had a nice game from Miggy, 23 points, 9 assists to go with one turnover, 10 for 15 from the field with 3 for 6 from three. Another standout game. DJ, maybe not his most efficient game, but he was their second leading scorer with 16 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, kind of like one of those stat sheet stuffer type of games. 0 turnovers, 8 for 14 from the field. Unfortunately, 0 for 3 from three. On the other side, one of the players that everybody kind of has leading the race for MVP. Tay had 12 points, 2 rebounds, 10 assists, 0 turnovers, and that so two really efficient point guards taking care of the ball. Tay shot 6 for 10 from the field, and then their actual leading scorer was a reserve. Welcome back to the league, Big Zonix. Pause. Zonix had 17 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, and 1 turnover, and 8 for 14 from the field, 1 for 5 from three. And then I think Sosa had a decent game, 15 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 turnovers, however, but he did shoot 6 for 8 from the field and 3 for 4 from the three. So from that game, I don't know if y'all got to catch that game.
I
Um,
did.
I watched
any
that game.
takeaways? Any takeaways from that game?
I take
That's the
away
finals
was
matchup right there.
one thing for
Whoa,
sure.
whoa.
Zonix, he gonna come in and shoot the ball. This man is a reserve, first game back. He took the most shots on the team. So if y'all don't know Zonix, y'all will get to know him. He played point guard for me. I think the first championship that I won on Galaxy with Mickey's team. Great player, great player. But he definitely he know how to score. He gonna take a lot of shots. But yeah, I wanted to shout out Sosa. I mean, we talk about a lot of the same names a lot of times, like the Miggies and the Tays and stuff. Sosa been having a great season so far. Been shooting the ball extremely efficient. So I took that away, even though he only got 8 shots in. Sosa has been efficient every night. What's surprising to me is Zach, the captain. He was a sniper last season. This game they lost by 4, and you figure if they get a little more from Zach, he only took 3 shots. Like Ace said, this gonna be one of those matchups that you're looking forward to seeing in the finals. But they gotta get a little more from Zach.
Facts, facts. And there's one last one last box score because we got about it looks like about a minute.
All right, I think you muted, BJ.
Did he mute himself accidentally?
Yeah, I think he muted himself
Fellas,
accidentally.
I apologize. Um, no, I got a call, wifey. Anyway, so we're gonna go over this box score of the first matchup between the actual matchup between Black Order and my team, the Decepticons, because I can't skip that Ace had 32. So starting with uh, Black Order, Ace had a whopping 32 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists, 1 steal, 3 turnovers, 14 for 19 shooting, and 2 for 3 from the field, from three. So very, pretty efficient game. Maybe a little bit high on the turnovers to assist ratio, but Ace was scoring that game. I mean, 32 points is nothing to laugh at. And Mike was his wingman with 15 points, 2 assists, 3 steals on 6 for 9 shooting. And on the other side, leading the charge for the Decepticons, we had Big Tone in the building with 23 points, 1 rebound, 9 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 8 for 11 from the field, 4 for 4 from three. And the second leading scorer, Big Jesus, 6 assists, 4 steals, 0 turnovers, 8 for 12 from the field, 5 for 8 from three.
She calling him asking what he want to eat for dinner, man.
No, she telling why he ain't wash these dishes from dinner. But yeah, so while he on the phone though, I just wanted to shout out. We actually got to wrap the segment up, but I wanted to shout out a couple other guys who just had some huge games. I think Jesus had 36 one game. Allen, he's not a name that gets mentioned a lot. He had 33 in one of the games this season. And I gotta shout out G, my man George. He had a game where he had 20 points and 20 assists. So
Yeah.
I mean, we got some ballers
Crazy.
on the court this season. And with that
Crazy.
being said,
Let's
we want to
hit
shout
that
y'all
buzzer.
out.
Hit that buzzer. We'll move on to our next segment. So, of course, I lost my place. All right, so now we're gonna get on to the player of the week. So we hadn't discussed this before. I'm only gonna put 2 minutes because we're not going to draw this one out. We had not discussed this one before, but player of the week. Now, mind you, we're looking at. I think there weren't too many games played this week because 2K had some issues and whatnot. So maybe we can go back as far as like between any games that were played this week and last week and name our, if we got a player of the week. I'm gonna say this. I'm factoring in wins and losses with my player of the week most of the time. Most of the time. But in this case, I probably lean towards for this week. I don't feel like looking at the box scores and having watched a little bit of the games, I wanted to say Tay at one point, but I think he because his team lost one, um, and he didn't have like a dominant score, a dominant game. I'm probably going to lean towards Ace, although Ace's team also lost. But for me, I think the player of the week is Ace with that 32-point performance, and then he followed it up. They ended up 32 points in a loss, but then followed it up with 10 points and 17 assists and only 1 turnover and a dub at the very next game. So for me, I got Ace as my player of the week. Y'all want to chime in?
What you think, Ace?
Nah, I don't agree. That's just me personally. I got two other names who I think played better and came out and wins. I mean, the 32 point, I mean, that's just me being aggressive. But, no, we ain't had no chemistry. I knew we was going to need some buckets. But we lost. We got cooked. So, I mean, I think for me, it's either Miggy or George. I don't think Legion of Doom played any games this week. Like you said, 2K had issues, but then I think they took a 4 for 2. But at least like the last 3 box scores, George was 19 and 11, 6 and 9 shooting. 23 and 8, 9 for 11 shooting. And then what Darius said earlier, 22 points, 20 assists, and 4 steals, 9 of 13 shooting. So I mean,
Tough. That's
I
tough.
think for me it's either George or Miggy, and then like you mentioned, Miggy 26 and 12. They cooked us. I mean, that's one. And then Miggy again against Titans Wrath has 16 and 9 assists, 2 steals, 7 to 10 shooting. And then versus Tay and them, like you said earlier, 23 and 9. For me, it's either one of those two players. I think I lean George because of how Legion of Doom started. And then once they got the trade where Phil goes back to his original position, which is power forward, and Danny's been hooping too at the center spot. But I think since that trade, George been going crazy. So I'm gonna go either Miggy or George. It don't matter who.
Gotcha. I can't go wrong with either of those players. Darius, you want to round us out?
No, I agree with Ace. I mean, typically I try to spread the love around a little bit. So Miggy, he been balling from the start of the season. Miggy's gonna be in the MVP talks. But yeah, just for me, guys who might fly under the radar but still is balling, I would probably have to go with George. And
George
I'm
might
trying
be,
to
and you looking at
was
these box
George
scores, George might be MVP talk too. I'm just saying.
was George
He's
playing?
got to. He's
Was
got to
he
be.
still playing on guard, or did he move to off guard? He was still playing on point guard.
I think
He's playing
I
guard.
think he's still
Yeah,
on
he's playing
guard.
point.
Yeah.
On
Yeah,
point,
yeah, he's
yeah.
running
So
point.
that's another thing. I mean, I know we going back to almost the beginning of the season too, but for me, I mean, that first game where George was playing point guard, I'm like, I remember talking to BG. I'm like, yeah, nah, George on point guard, that ain't it. But he's starting to find his rhythm. So I gotta give him player of the week just because he's starting to do what he got to do at the point guard position and getting his teammates involved while being a scorer as well. We already know
Yeah,
G can score.
And then although they was losing
yeah.
early
Look,
too, G still was putting up good numbers though. 10 and
Yep.
15
yeah,
assists,
yeah,
and then I think he had another
yeah.
game where he was like 11 and 10 assists. Like he's still been hooping.
Yeah.
Yeah, low key. I'm gonna wrap it up. Low key, I was just gonna say I actually would reverse mine, but the only reason I didn't is because they didn't actually have a game this week. So we're gonna go on to our next topic. We got the power rankings, and we're gonna talk about this we're gonna spend a couple minutes here. So I'm gonna put 5 minutes on the clock, but if we don't use it, that's all right. But we're gonna talk about this. So first things first, because we're really what week 4. This is week 4. We're getting into
Well, tonight would
almost
be
the
yeah. So tonight would be week 5
that
or tomorrow.
yeah. So we're past the halfway point. So really, we're a little bit behind on talking about power rankings and stuff. So there's been quite a few changes. There's been some things happening. So most of this, and this is what makes this kind of interesting / difficult, is as I pull up the standings, a lot of this is due to forfeits.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
All right. I just
and,
wanted to. I was about to say that
my
power rankings do not have anything to do with standings. Standings is factual
correct,
wins
correct,
losses, but power rankings,
correct.
some of y'all is a little lower than what y'all standings saying. I'm just throwing that out there.
Correct. And that's where I was getting to. So with the power rankings, as Darius mentioned, these are our thoughts on where teams stand in the league ranking, in their pecking order, not necessarily reflected by their wins and losses. So we normally, let's start at the bottom and we go to the top. So let's do that. So I'm pretty
That's easy.
sure
Why are you doing them dirty like that? Why you gonna start off at the bottom?
because
Everybody knows
I
who
think it's
name you
going to be
about to
easy
say.
to I think it's gonna be easy to get a consensus here. Shout out to the Phantoms. Tyler is literally, and I can say this, doing everything in his power to try to get his team in a position to get some wins, whether it
Nah,
be
he
forfeits,
working.
trades. He's doing everything literally possible to get some wins.
I
Now
mean,
I don't
And
everything.
really,
Like literally,
he's done a
in
good
any
job as being
scheme,
cat too.
in any scheme he trying to figure out, he trying to figure it out. Trust me.
facts. So I think in under one of our topics we had like there's the panic button zone. I'm gonna stamp them obviously it's no shade. They're in that panic zone right now. They need to rack up wins ASAP because as other teams are starting to get chemistry, they don't get some wins, they're gonna be left behind and they're gonna be outside the playoffs looking in. So they're 100%. I'm stamping that with the panic zone stamp. Red, they be in the red zone right now.
I'm not gonna
I,
lie. We may need more time for the segment. I'm not gonna cap.
all right, that's
Yeah,
fine. That's
yeah.
fine.
I
Um,
think we all can agree on Phantoms. Tyler, I this is probably the most I talk to Tyler, like just on the side and just chatting, even in the main chat. The most I talk to Tyler, probably in any other 2K. He's a cool boy. I love Tyler.
That's my boy.
That being said, they're cooked. I don't see no type of life saving for them. I mean, they wound up getting Mac, who is arguably their best player. Mac, that's my dog too, but he seemed checked out. I think we all can see that he checked out. And if your best player checked out, you really ain't got a real shot.
But
So
what I do love about Mac too is whether he checked out or not, he's still going to do what he can to at least try to get some wins. And, you know what I'm saying? It's not like he going to quit. Because even
for
when I
sure.
think they was on like Night Owls, they was cooked then too. But Mac every game still, you know what I'm saying, was trying to keep his team up, still putting up crazy numbers to win. I think they're cooked because of Steph. And
Yo, Ace got this underlying beef with Seth.
no,
yeah,
it's not even beef because Steph, I think, can hoop. And when I say hoop, he can score. But that is it. No defense, don't pass, not available to practice
I ain't
or
gonna
games.
lie. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm saving something from Steph for the meme of the week because I gotta. I'm gonna save it for that, but I can't.
But like, bro, like, and and he a young boy, and I know, and that's the issue when you draft people who are still in school. But at the same time, like, even if we're just talking strictly 2K, the only thing he can do is score. When I was cracking up when they lost because Steph had 14 shots and 0 assists. You at least luck into one assist. You know what I'm saying? Just one. Yeah, 14 shots and like 0 assists. So if Steph is shooting the ball, or if he has the ball, he's shooting. You might as well get back on defense. You ain't winning like
Yeah.
that.
I
I,
reserved
I,
for them in their last game, and I can say, I mean, Steph. I think on the right team, he definitely could be like very useful because, as they said, he definitely is. He can score. He is a bucket, but I think he just need to be on the right team with like maybe a guard who can kind of give him a little more direction. Because you kind of gotta like will him in a little bit or reel
yeah,
him in a little bit.
But
yeah.
then he got to be available. So I mean,
Looking at that team, I also don't know the contributions from I think it's Pinto Beans. I don't know
Yeah,
his
Evan. His name is
contribution.
Evan. Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to see what his contribution is, and then of course, Tyler. We joke about it sometimes. Tyler, sometimes he doesn't have like the best offensive game, so you already down. If he's not able to give you something, and then you don't know what you're getting from Evan as well, that's to me more. I almost argue that more is more detrimental than anything Steph is doing. So they got to figure some things out, and I don't know unfortunately, if they're going to be able to figure it out this season. It's in all likelihood they won't be able to. No offense to y'all, but we'll see. There is
They cook.
still
They cook. They cook.
plenty
You
of
ain't got
time.
to sugarcoat it. They cook. But shout out to Matt because, like I said, I reserved for him, and he definitely what he said is accurate. He was a great teammate when I was on. He was trying to keep everybody locked in. He's doing what he can. He muscling it out. So I shout out Mac and shout out Tyler for trying to make it work. But they're cooked. So they're at the end of the power rankings.
Yeah, so let's move on to number 6. I'm gonna let one of y'all go first. Who y'all got at 6? I know who
I got
I'm pretty sure I got
Numbers
Titans.
Titans Wrath.
Titans at 6.
Yeah, I got
Titans.
Titans at 6. The
Okay.
reason I have Titans at 6, and this has nothing to do with last night with us beating them, but watching how the season started and then watching them now, I think everybody kind of got them figured out. To like, they're going to play tough defense, and I'm not going to even say because the whole game, but and BG as a captain, I mean, we all play together. Watching the game, who is the weak spot on their defense. So at any point in time, you want to attack said person or people, you can. I mean, it's there every time. Like, and I don't think for them they'll be able to outscore too many teams because their whole offense kind of works around getting open shots. And really, what we did last night, once you just man up, then it takes away a lot of of their buckets because they don't have that like Jesus or Mag Tay or Sos. They don't have that person who can dribble and create. I mean, Johnny is good. Don't get me wrong, and he can, but like to a degree where he's like an actual like scoring threat. Like most of his buckets last night came from being wide open scoring. But when you put the ball in his hands, then it's like they kind of get flustered, and I don't think they won't be able to hold it together too long.
I'm
Okay, so
I'm
you
gonna double down with Ace there. I actually have Titans Wrath at 6 as well. Um, my reasoning actually is somewhat similar, but a little bit different as well. So at least four of those guys. So we all know Miami Boy has not been playing with them prior to this season, but the other four have been playing together for quite some time. And I got them in. I'm gonna also give them the stamp of in the danger zone. Although the Phantoms most likely are going to miss the playoffs, Titans Wrath need to do something different. And I agree with Ace. I feel like teams have figured them out, but because my point of bringing up why, because they've been playing together, it's kind of like the way the Avengers started last season. We were hot, and then everybody kind of started figuring us out. We were just like 7-0, and then we started losing games like left and right. And
Hmm.
the difference between Titans Wrath and the Avengers team, like you had top tier talent. You had Ace, Tay, DJ, three guys that probably could be like top five in the top five all on one team. No offense to anybody on Titans Wrath, but hey, you know what? I'm gonna stop pulling punches. If guys want to take offense, it is what it is. You gotta play better than.
I'm about to say
Um,
that ain't the BG I know.
yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna be straightforward, but I don't think that they have the talent to just coast by games. So something's got to change. But they are also in the danger zone. So I have, like I said, Phantoms most likely 7. I know Titans Wrath is gonna get one forfeit from us, so that'll put them at 3 wins. But so are the Phantoms getting they took their forfeit and they're gonna get one more forfeit from somebody else, I think. I think from Black Order. So both
Yeah,
teams will be have 3 wins. So it's not they're not out of the woods yet. And literally, if Phantoms can somehow manage to like just win one game against Titans Wrath, who knows what happens there? Because if Titans Wrath can't get it together, teams might have figured them out. I don't know who else they're going to beat for the rest of the season. It's going to be interesting. Um, Darius, who you got at 6?
I mean, I guess now that I heard your points, I probably can get behind them being 6. I'm not gonna lie. At first, when I was doing my power rankings, I was kind of gonna put either Black Order or Legion of Doom at 6. I ain't gonna lie to you, but after
Whoa.
Jeez.
but
Jeez.
after hearing y'all
Wow.
thoughts though, and like I just watched their game last night, I kind of see what y'all talking about. There's times where the offense kind of just looks like a little scattered. Like I feel like they just be cutting a lot, kind of be seeming like a little unorganized. But definitely in close games, which I watch, most of Titans, they're or not Titan, yeah, Titans Wrath. Most of their games are close. It seemed like in or crunch time, they don't really have a go-to guy that they can go to like get them a bucket. I feel like they kind of just be like scattered all over the place until they just happen to find the opening where they can get a bucket. So I think
And
they
shout
play
out to
tough.
them though, because I do think they're all good players, and I think, like BG said, you when you play with your homies, outside of Miami, but even Miami seem like he has a place with them.
Yeah.
But when you play with your homies, like BG said, like with Avengers, we knew we were going to win games because at the end of the day, like you said, we had talent. We got BG, we got Phil, we got me, DJ, we got Tay. So we stopped practicing, and, you know what I'm saying, because
Yeah.
you're comfortable, and we
Yep.
lost. And I think with them being in the position that they are, where you're not winning games already, and y'all already have that chemistry, like BG said, that's like danger zone almost. Like
Yeah,
it's almost time to like change something. And I like the change they tried with Miami, but we all know Miami's not a guard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
were trying a new defense last night, but had we stuck with the defense that we planned on, I don't think the game goes. And that's not no offense to Miami, but like we said, we he's not a guard or a point guard. Miami is
yeah,
best when you let him go off, just score, do what you do. But you take that away now when he's now looking at 4 other people trying to create for his teammates, and that kind of lowers his value because you want him to put up 11, 12 shots a game because he's efficient. He's a good scorer. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I think I got them 6.
yeah. So
Okay.
I can see them being 6. like I said, I don't. So I'm only going also too based off of the audio that I can hear. But like, for instance, even Tay, when I hear him like in close games, I hear Tay kind of throwing out, what he wants to happen to get a bucket, or even when it comes to defenses. I know BG gonna do that. I know Ace gonna do that. Titans Wrath, I just feel like they kind of just be like a little scattered sometimes. So I guess I can put them at 6, even though they play tough.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Who you got at 5 then, Darius? I'm gonna let you start this one off.
So at 5, I think that's when I gotta go. That one, I don't know if I go with the Black Order or Legion of Doom. I don't know. Let me see.
Doomis at 5. Wow.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I might gotta go. I might gotta go Black Order. I might gotta go Black Order. I might
I
gotta go
agree.
Black Order at 5. Yeah.
I got Black Order 5 too.
So for me, I think Black Order has not looked good in my personal opinion, for most of the season. Now, I do think that the last game that I seen, or the last couple games that I saw, once that they got Mike and now they got Mel, Ace. I don't. Did you play guard? I don't know if you played guard, but I know you have definitely been on ball more.
Yeah,
Whatever
I think I
build
played
you've been
guard
on.
maybe. I played guard 4 games.
Yeah.
Uh, we beat Titans Wrath twice. We lost to the Syndicates, but we had 2 reserves, and then
Right.
we
So
lost to BG team had another reserve. But oh no, I'm lying. We had the 4, but we had Viz had just made the trade like an hour before, like an hour or 2 before.
okay,
But
but before
yeah,
that,
I
you
agree.
started the season on. You was playing like power forward, kind of just
Yeah, I was playing power forward.
yeah, just in the flow of things. So I will say, as of late, I'm kind of starting to like what I see with Black Order, but I gotta have y'all at 5th just because what I saw from y'all most of the season, I wasn't really feeling.
Yeah,
I agree.
I probably would agree. Also, I'm not gonna put them in the danger zone. They're in like the yellow area, only because they did win the game against Titans of Wrath, but they also gave up. They have another forfeit looming, so they're not quite out of the woods yet. Same as well, we'll get to it when we get to my team, but they're not quite out of the woods yet. So I got them in that yellow zone at 5, but I'm pretty confident Black Order will, you can't go wrong. We got a team with Ace, the number 1 overall pick. And they've been doing some things. Viz, I got to give him his credit as a captain. He's been doing things making moves and not just standing pat, as they say. So he's, trying to right the ship and make sure that they're in a position to at least make the playoffs. And who knows if they can maybe be one of the upper seeds, like a 4 and up or 3 and up or whatever. So they got some potential there, very big potential, I think. So I'm going to give them my personal yellow stamp that they're not quite in the danger zone, but I'm gonna put them in the like they're fluttering there. They're in that I think there was a term it had like a middle of the pack right there. So
Mhm.
that's
Yeah, I
I think
agree.
we all there.
Yeah, I
All
would.
right.
Just a quick side. I'm gonna give Viz like a lot of credit because this is the first time obviously I'm on Viz's team where he's captain. I mean, I was on his team before, but Bishop was captain. But I give Viz a lot of credit because early on, not having some members of the team not responding, trying to practice, and or even the trade with Danny, and we all wanted to make it work. But Viz seen something that he didn't like and literally got him out of there, whatever it was. And Danny's hooping now at a different position. But I kind of because I've been cap a lot. I kind of didn't want to step on Viz's toes, and I haven't even been saying anything. But Viz been running, like you said, a tight ship. Um, he's very active, talking. And making changes and things like that. So I got to. I mean, I agree. I got us at 5. I don't think we'll stay there, but shout out to Viz.
Yeah, and,
Shout
and,
out to Viz.
and a reminder to anybody that's listening, and y'all can dispute our power rankings. We don't care. That's fine. The power rankings are definitely subject to change. So anything that we're saying, this is not a final ranking. This is just where things stand at this very moment. Um, let's go to 4. Who do y'all got at 4?
I have Decepticons.
I would too. That's where I got
I
us
got
as well.
I got Decepticons at 4. Um, Also, I mean, I think it's kind of the same as far as Black Order, but for different reasons. I think Decepticons have more talent, um, and well, I think they got more. I think y'all got more talent, than obviously the three teams we just talked about. But I think with the other three teams I got ahead of y'all, it's just simply that the other three teams just look better than what y'all look. And obviously, you just made a trade. I think Jesus only played like 2 games for y'all so far.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, I think y'all gonna make some noise for sure because Jesus, Tone, and Will, who's a very solid fourth round pick, and then yourself and Hezzy. It's tough. I think y'all got the talent for sure, but we just haven't seen enough post
Yeah.
match.
I got us at 4 for also a somewhat similar reason. We're still gelling as a team. We actually had a nice solid practice the other day. We ran into I think it was like the 75th ranked team or something like that in Pro Am, and we held our own. We should have won the game. We lost by 1. So I think I like where we're at right now. Things are really starting to come together nicely. And I think we got a solid, like from 1 through 5, I don't see too many weaknesses on our team. I'm not even being cocky. I think we got a good team. The reason I have us at 4, those forfeits are very like, although I mentioned this, in the main chat, it kind of bailed me out that other teams are struggling and have the records they do, because
Right.
if other teams were winning games right now, I'd be scared. But we literally have more wins than 2 of the teams that are behind us at this very moment, and 1 less loss than both of them. And then we're gonna owe a forfeit, but I'm confident that, and I'm saying this, laying the gauntlet down, and y'all can take it how you want it. When we play Titans Wrath, we're gonna win. When we play Phantoms, we're gonna win head to head. So long as we beat,
Mhm.
I'm saying it out there now, but as long as we beat them, they got catching up to do. So the pressure is on them, not us. But that being said, I don't know. I feel like having those 5 losses this early makes it extremely hard for us to catch Symbiotes, Syndicate, and Legion of Doom, and it's going to take us getting help from other teams, making those teams lose for us to even move up. So I think 4 is about right for us, simply based off of that, right where standings are. Darius, you want to wrap us up with the 4th?
Honestly, I think for me, I think Legion of Doom is at my 4, which I know it sounds crazy because they actually been balling lately and they're starting to gel too. But you made a comment that I guess I'm kind of going just off of like potential in the future. I feel like the Decepticons 1 through 5, they don't, like Brandon said, they don't have any weaknesses. So even though the standings might say otherwise, I got Legion of Doom at 4 simply because I think at the end of the day, the Decepticons is going to be a better team once they start gelling. So there's no shade. The Legion of Doom, I actually have like nothing bad to say about them. They've been balling. They getting contributions from everybody, from Allen, from G, from Phil. Moving Danny at center, he been doing his thing there.
Mhm.
But I like Decepticons long term,
Okay.
which leads me into Decepticons
Yeah.
to be my number 3 ranking.
Okay. So
Okay, so Decepticons, your third. Okay.
I think I'm gonna
and
pivot. Oh, go ahead, Darius.
uh,
I'm sorry.
no, and so that just again goes into I don't feel like they fully unlocked like Tone. We seen games here and there, but like Tone really can be like a guy in the game. He could be a guy who can win you a game. I don't feel like they fully unlocked that. We know Jesus, he can be the best player on the court if he got to do that. BG, we know what he bring. He kind of like a stat sheet stuffer. Even if it don't show on the actual box score, BG do everything, especially defensively. And then Mateo, your teammate Mateo, right? Has he?
Yeah. Yes. Yep. As he
Yeah,
Mateo.
like I know he been a little inconsistent when it comes to making games, but from my understanding and a couple times I played with him, just helping him practice, like I just think like BG said, 1 through 5, I think they're gonna be the better team at the end of the day.
I have Deceptic or Legion of Doom at 3. My reasoning, low key, they're probably the one team in the entire league that I could almost see uh that has 2 franchise players, in my opinion.
You
And
said
of
you
course,
said who?
Legion of Doom. And this
Okay.
is of course excluding captains, obviously, but I
Right.
feel like they could have 2 franchise players because George has been lights out, like you guys said. He's once he kind of got his footing at point guard, he's been hooping. And then of course, Danny has looked like since the trade, he's looked like the best center in the league. Maybe not like a defensive presence, but I think he even had a couple games with like multiple blocks as well. But maybe
I
not
think
the
he
most.
got the only. I think he got the only triple double in the league right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think so.
he's
And that was his
he's
first game being traded.
yeah. So I low key like I low key in the back of my head, I almost wonder.
Well,
Matter of
you
fact,
Now,
should.
Danny, how you pass more at center than you do guard? But that's
that's
another.
crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. I low key though, I might have Legion of Doom higher. It's just I don't know who I would say they're over because I'm pretty sure. You know what? I think I think I might.
Well, I'm about
Nah,
to set
nah.
this on the blaze then, I guess.
All right, so come back to me. Ace, go ahead with yours. So this is number
So
three, Ace. This is three.
and all right. So what I'm gonna say with these three teams that I got, number three, I got the Syndicates, DJ
Wow.
still,
Okay.
um, and my reasoning is they have a weakness that I think the other two teams don't. I ain't gonna say who. I'm not going to, but I think they do have a weakness.
Donuts.
You know what I'm saying? And I think the
And
other
we,
two teams don't. Now, and I played with DJ. I know how good DJ actually is outside of playing that spot up role that everybody wants him to play. And we know how good Miggy is. But I think if you hone in on stopping um, DJ and Miggy, like you hone in on stopping them, I don't think they can beat you like or I don't think they're better than the other two teams. Um and I'm talking Legion of Doom and the Symbiote. I think if you hone in and make it your whole goal stopping DJ and Miggy, that team looks completely different than the rest of
Yeah, but you don't think. I mean, I would imagine anytime we're in going into week 5, I would think anytime you stepped on the court to play the syndicates, you already know from game one, we know their best players is DJ and
but
Mickey. So you don't think teams are already trying to do that?
but what you said is a good thing. I mean, a good point. But I feel like it's one thing. Like your game plan is one thing from when the game actually starts. Because
yeah,
I feel like all of us we know how each other play until that game starts and said player is still getting what said player gets. Like let's say for Miggy example, we know how Miggy play or me. I know how Miggy plays.
Hmm.
That doesn't mean when the game starts. There's a lot of factors to play into it. Sometimes 2K trips. Sometimes you think Miggy's going to do one thing, he does something else. But I'm saying if I think just based on the other two teams, if you like essentially make your whole game plan stopping Miggy and DJ, I don't think and their center is really good too, and obviously Higgs is good too. But I think if you
when he's
stop those
there, when
two,
he's there.
right. So I mean,
Well,
I mean,
I want to say this. I want to say this too. We're getting to that point in the season where teams are now playing each other for like the second and possibly even third time. So that
right,
first time you have that feeling them out process. So even if you do know, like, all right, we know Miggy and DJ, but you might not know exactly how they're going to be running the team, how they're going to be operating. So
right.
we are getting to that point where you're starting to catch up. We have plenty of film to watch. If you watch film, it's a little bit different now.
And third,
I
not a
think
bad
so.
spot to
I
be.
can see that.
Third
Yeah,
is a
for
good. I
sure.
mean, that's still. I mean, I still think the Syndicats are um, contender for sure, like title contender. I expect them and Symbiotes to be in the finals, but I don't. I just think the other two teams are better than them. Like you said, there's standings is completely different in power rankings. I
Yeah.
think the other two teams are better, more put together than the Syndicates.
Mm.
I
And not to
actually
mention
after
DJ's about to go on vacation too. So who knows, you're taking away the second best player on that team. You may not get, another solid player to reserve for y'all within that stretch. So you're talking about maybe two losses, maybe.
yeah, yeah. I
And we all know Megan's good. Megan can carry, but I mean DJ's a huge a huge piece.
Yeah, I actually want to make a change. I'm gonna put the syndicate at 3 as well because I'm forgetting this is power rankings based on where we're at right now. I actually got syndicates at 3, and then I'm moving based on where we are right now. The most recent stuff going on, symbiotes have lost a couple of games in the last like week or so,
That's my number two.
whereas Legion, yeah, Legion of Doom started out the
I got
season.
Legion
I
of Doom
think
number one.
I do too. Just after hearing that and thinking about it, Legion of Doom started out 0 and 2 or 0, maybe
They were
even like
0 and
1 and
3, I
2 or
think.
something like
Maybe,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Phil made some trades, and since then they've been on like a hot streak. So power rankings, not standings. Yeah, I think I got symbiotes at number 2. Symbiotes, we're gonna talk. I want to talk about them real quick too. They got a squad.
Hmm.
Getting Torado as their de facto fourth round pick. I think Torado has maybe like I'm gonna say borderline franchise player, and if not, definitely upper starter level. But like
Hmm.
he's right there. And then you have
And
Nando, who's
it,
a
yeah,
candidate for Rookie of the Year, and then you have the front runner for MVP. And that's not even we didn't even talk about Sosa, who as like your second, third option, he has
possible
been
franchise player as well. I'm
yes,
just saying.
yes, yes, he has
So I
been
mean,
lighting it up. They got that's a
so
balanced breakfast right
so
there.
actually don't get enough credit because and that's I think that was my whole point when I was mentioning Steph. Like he can get a bucket, but I think Steph just isn't efficient enough
Hmm.
to help Mac win some games. Whereas if Tay's getting locked, he literally can just dish it to Sos and say, "All right, go ahead." Like, and Sos can go get you a bucket. And I feel like when you're playing two guard, like that has to be you. You have to like help your guard out. You have to be a bucket. Mike, I
That's
feel like,
facts.
Mike is a bucket. I feel like at any point in time, if I'm not having a game, I can give it to Mike and Mike can create. I feel like this it's the same thing with Sos. And when you have a point guard like Tay, and then you got Sos as your secondary scorer, I mean, I got the number two. And I think that's better than what the syndicates have because essentially, as far as ball handling or with the ball in your hand, you only got Miggy. Nobody else puts the ball on the floor and tries to score. It's Miggy, and Miggy's dishing it out. And if you hit, you hit. If you miss, you miss. But
Yeah,
it's Miggy. With the
yeah,
syndicates, I got Tay and I got Sos.
yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
buy that. I'll buy that. I think I'll buy what Ace is selling. I still don't got Legion of Doom as one. I still got Symbiotes as one, but I'll go Legion of Doom 2, and then I'm willing to put Syndicates at 3 and Decepticons at 4.
I can
Because
dig that.
I put Decepticons at 3 based off of future potential, but you're right. We got to go where we at right now.
Yeah, yeah. And that being said, yeah, I got Legion of Doom just after thinking about it because I was so fixated on the standings. But power rankings is like I said, where we're at now. Legion of Doom is the hottest team in the league right now. And they're another one of
Bro,
those teams. Like
not to
they,
cut you off, BG.
yeah,
Their last three
Well, you
games, they
did. You
at
did. You just cut
least,
them off.
but their last three games, they at least won by 17 or more. They won
yeah,
by
yeah.
17, they won by 20, and then they won by 24.
And I think
That's
in
not
that
close games.
yeah, in that same span, I believe syndicates and symbiotes both lost at least one game in that same 3 game span. So I think
Not to
Legion of
mention,
Doom,
they cooked the symbiotes too.
yeah,
They
yeah,
cooked them.
yeah. So Legion of Doom, here's the other part. We talked about like, Decepticons, we have a full 5 with no weakness. Legion of Doom has 0 weakness. Allen doesn't get
Mhm.
enough recognition. Man
In
had
fact,
our first 30-point game in the league this season. Ace followed it up, but Allen had the
Bro,
first 30-point
I've
no,
game.
no,
been
no, no,
talking
no, no,
about.
no. That
Don't act
wasn't
like
the
you trying to
first.
give him love first. It wasn't the first, but don't act like you trying to give him
Jesus
love. I've been
scored like
shouting out.
30 every game with the Phantoms. It just didn't
Oh, I'm
matter.
sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry, but Allen, yeah, Allen was hooping, and that was their fourth round pick. And the funny part is, I know there was a lot of question marks around Phil's draft. He took like 3 guards because Allen had a guard, Mike had a guard, or was primarily wanted to play guard, and George wanted to play guard. And then he didn't have a center. He had to run center for a bit, but then he made a GM move That was a big trade. It ended up working out for both teams. But like I said a little bit earlier, I think they're the one team possibly where I could see like, yeah, they got two franchise players because G and Danny together. And I mean, Danny, I believe, is the only center in the league that has deep bomber, and we all know how lethal that takeover is on this
Mm,
2K.
yeah.
And you got a center now that not only can shoot over you, but Danny's a little shifty too.
E-
Um,
Exactly. Facts.
Oh, y'all hear
they're
y'all hear that tremble in BG voice?
what tremble? What tremble? I
He
don't
said,
mind
"Oh
giving
no,
giving.
not Danny the center."
I,
Hey, but
I fear
outside
no
of
man.
BG, because BG really the only center in the league for a minute that like will put the ball on the floor and dribble. Danny put the ball on the floor too and dribble, but Danny's a lethal shooter too. So if you're
Yeah,
playing like you almost can't play man versus Legion of Doom because if you do, Danny's going to cook your center. He going to legitimately cook your center because he could put the ball on the floor and he can shoot. So I mean,
I actually think you can't play zone against them that because
that's what
of
I'm
his
saying.
shooting.
You can't play
He
zone.
Yeah, you got to play. You have to play man because he's gonna shoot you out of his zone. And I can say firsthand, that's exactly what he did to us. I mean, just straight cooked us out of that zone. But let's yeah, I'm about to say let's wrap this up, y'all. So we got two more things, and these gonna be real short. I think we're gonna skip. Well, let's briefly, and this shouldn't be long. We're gonna skip the locker room confessionals. We'll save that. It's gonna be hot takes. We'll save that for a future episode. But let's get to the rookie watch real quick. Rookie watch and the rivalry radar. That's gonna be our new terms going forward. We got the rookie watch and the rivalry radar. So obviously the rookie watch, the rookies for this season so far, or this season that we have Nando on symbiotes, Torado on symbiotes. We have the syndicate with Chris. I believe and Grant, Veal Parmy, their center. Legion of Doom has no rookies. Decepticons, we have Hezi. And then I think Titans of Wrath, to my knowledge, no rookies. Black Order with no rookies,
Oh,
and
rookie.
the Phantoms have beat
Oh
no.
no, Sadler.
Black
Yeah,
Order
Sadler
has
is a rookie.
Sadler.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sadler. So we have Sadler, Torado, um, Nando, Hezi, Chris, and Veal Parmy, aka Grant. And then the
Not
Phantoms
Mark.
also have Mark's not a rookie. Oh, he
Oh,
is.
he's not
No,
rookie.
no.
Yeah, he's a rookie. We never
Is he
had
a
him
rookie?
before. Yeah, he new.
Okay.
I
He new
think
to the
he
league.
is a rookie. Yep.
Okay. So early rookie watch. And I'm not. We don't have to name who we think is going to win rookie of the year, but I'm gonna just go with a top three. My rookie watch is between Nando, Torado, and actually now that you guys mentioned him, I'm probably gonna go with Mark. I got Hezi on the bubble, but we like Darius
Who's
said, we need a
Torado?
Torado is the player that the symbiotes Zach's team got in the for like replacement in the fourth round. He's been playing center, some small forward. He's
Oh,
been
so
hooping.
they have two rookies.
Yeah, they do, and both of them
Oh,
have
okay,
been
okay, I
hooping.
got you.
Yeah, both of them have been hooping. I'm shouting out my teammate, but I do think Hezi is on the bubble. Y'all watch for him. He's gonna have some good games. But as of right now, those the top three to me. I forgot about Mark. He has been hooping, especially on lock, and he originally wanted to play point guard, but he's been really hooping as well. Who y'all got as y'all top three rookies so far?
That's the same. Torado, Nando, uh, probably Mark. I mean, I really
Yeah.
haven't, seen too much from, Brandon, Chris. I actually have, me and BG has talked on the side. I actually like the way Grant plays. Big man. He's not necessarily a standout guy on the court, but I mean, I ran rec with him a couple of times before the season started. I like the way he played, but I would have to go Nando, Torado, and Mark.
Yeah. AC got any?
I got Hezi first, and then I got
He-
Nando, and then I got
Hezzy,
Bill Parmy,
bro, Hezzy
and I
got
Uh,
got
like
Hezi
2 games.
first too because the other two really just standing around waiting for open shots. Really, Hezi,
hey,
Hezi,
chill. Don't get too much tape.
no, no. First of all, if you don't know by now, I watch film. That's what I do. But
How many games has he played?
No,
Hezi actually puts the ball on the floor and can create a solid defender, or else he would have been traded along with Mac. Um, uh, but like when you have, I think he has the best chance because The other two really rely on their PGs to get them involved. And if Tay ain't passing Nando the ball, Miggy ain't passing Ville the ball, then essentially, they're out of it. You just grabbing rebounds and kicking it up court. Whereas Hezzy, if Jesus and Tone are having bad games, you can go to him, and usually your two best defenders are going to be on Jesus and Tone. So Hezzy then gets to play against, I guess, yeah, third best defender, and too many teams don't even got two good defenders. So if I like my chances with Hezzy on your third best defender
You
rather
could
than
tell.
standing around.
You
I
could tell.
love
I mean,
it.
I haven't played too much with Hezzy, but you could tell. Like outside of the league, with whoever he was playing with beforehand, he's probably a guy. Like out of his friend group, he's probably like the guy that usually got the ball and making his own
Hmm.
shot. So you could tell he's just trying to fit into his role. But what you said for sure, Ace, like he wants to put the ball on the ground. He probably can put the ball on the ground, but he's just trying to fit into his role.
Yeah, like
He's a
Hezzy
he's
next
a he's a
season, or
bucket,
maybe
bro.
like like Hezzy next season, or let's say somebody like new captainship drafts him. You know what I'm saying? And he gets to put he gets to play guard. He really might eat.
Bro, he's a bucket, and I'm gonna just give this little shout out too. One thing, he's like a great teammate. I guess I'll say I don't know if I like the term coachable because we not nobody's coaching him, but he listens. He's willing to buy into whatever we're trying to do as a team. I love it. Actually, he's a very good teammate. And I enjoy playing with him. And yeah, like y'all said, he's especially to be like the third option. I
Hmm.
I feel exactly like Ace. Like who's stopping that when you have two good defenders on the other two guys? So yeah, he's man. I got to steal with him in the draft. I'm loving that pick there. Um,
Hmm.
but let's hit that buzzer for us, Darius. We're gonna wrap it up here. All right, so our final topic, and this is a little fun one, is we got the meme of the week. So I remember I
Oh
said I
dear
had
Lord.
something. I had something. So I actually got two for this week. One of them being Chris from the Syndicate. Everybody knows when they started off, a little hot, like 3-0, I think, and they were giving teams the business. And Chris was, I mean, he was talking. We all saw it, but
Hmm.
then they ran into the Decepticons, who not only handed them at their time their first loss, but held Chris to 0 points. And I think he was 0 for 5. It got to the point, and I'm gonna be straight up honest, at the end of the game, because I could tell that he wanted to score. We were up like, maybe 15 points. Like the game was in hand, and they started calling like timeouts. Chris called two timeouts with like a minute and some change left in the game, and the game was out of reach at this point. So I could tell he wanted to score. I told Will literally, and I quote you on this, Will, I want you touching his butt every time he had like when he's standing there, touch his butt. And Will was laughing. I said, face guard him. Like with the rest of us were kind of chilling. I said, keep hold him the donuts.
I'm not
And
even
and,
going to
and
say
Will did
pause.
that. And we have and Will held him the donuts, and we haven't seen nor heard from Chris
Wait,
aside
oh,
from him
hold on,
dropping
my
the
fault. Yo,
stream
hold on,
link.
hold on, hold on, hold on, my fault. Hold on, wait. Can y'all hear that?
No,
Yeah, no, I ain't heard it neither. We ain't heard a
nothing.
peep from bro since that game.
Hey, well played,
We ain't
Darius.
seen or heard Chris since
Hey,
that
I'm
game, bro. He
crying,
was
bro.
doing all this yapping the first couple of weeks of the season. Rightfully so. Listen, when you winning, you can talk your talk. But you gotta be in the chat when you take them L's too, especially coming off a
You
donut. We
got
ain't
to.
heard from bro yet.
Bro, you know what's
Bruh,
crazy?
I
Don't
literally
don't
might gotta
even if they
do a
win the whole
welfare.
thing, even if they win the whole thing, don't say nothing, bro, because
Yeah.
you have disappeared for weeks. Don't say
Yeah.
anything. I don't care if the Syndicats win. You will never be able to brag ever. You're done. You're done.
I think
Yeah,
he
yeah,
so
that was
they
pretty
they
bad.
just he played and they just won their last game. I was expecting him to come in and start chirping. I think he might have caught the drift. I think he gonna be all
I,
right now.
I think what really got him though was the fact that he was going back and forth with Tay, and then Tay and Sos cooked him up, and then it was nothing he could say.
Mm.
I try to put bro on game. I try to put bro on game. He thought Tay was him. Like he thought Tay was just out here just chirping just to chirp too. I tried to tell
Yeah,
him, but
man.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
What's
Well,
the
welcome to
second
the
one?
league, young
No,
fella.
no, I probably know
Welcome
what
to
the
the
second
league,
one
young
is
fella.
already.
This second one, bro. This one got to take the cake. So we had a game, I want to say like last week, where Ace's team needed, or well, Division's team rather, needed a reserve. Come to find out, they needed a reserve due to Steph being available, but so did their opponent. And Steph comes in, their opponent says, "We don't have any reserves. Can anybody give us their AI?" Steph volunteers his AI for the other team. Bruh,
Wait,
That should have been a
Steph was
kickable,
unavailable. They needed a
he was
reserve for Steph.
bro. We
he
needed listen. We needed a reserve for Steph. We needed a reserve.
yo,
Matter of fact, we needed two. We needed a reserve for Steph and Evan. And
yes, yes.
Steph says before I'm on the team, so I can give you all the backstory. So we're talking about trying to practice before the game, obviously, because at this point we had still yet to practice with our full five. So Evan says he's down, and then Steph says he's down. Steph then says, "Nah, I can't make it. I'm not going to be home. Whatever. We used to it at this point. We didn't need a reserve almost every game we played." And then Evan says, "I'm not going to be able to make it. Cool." So we we essentially waited for DJ, and we were getting ready. I think it was almost like fourth for time, but he decides to take the AI. And then in the main chat, Steph says, "I can reserve."
No, I can
What
give you my AI,
about? You supposed to
bro.
be here? What you mean you can reserve, dog?
Like,
No,
Yeah,
literally.
bro.
I think after that, Viz traded him. Viz gave another team two forfeits just to take him.
Bro, I saw that and I had to. I kid you not. It was one of them where you like do a double take. Like I read it and then I was like, wait, aren't they playing them? And
the
then
thing
I
is, oh my fault, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, then come to find out, not only were they like I thought it was bad enough. I'm like, how are you gonna offer your the AI, but then make it 10 times worse was that his team needed a reserve for him. That was crazy.
The thing is, you would think that he's trolling because this happens far too many times. I mean, that was by far the worst I've ever seen, like him comment. But you would think he's trolling. But I truly believe, I'm sure he's a fine young man doing very well in the organization. You would truly believe that he is just is something there. Like he's just completely oblivious. So Steph, and the thing is, he a young boy too. I think he like 17, 18. He keep
Yeah.
coming in talking about he don't know how to work Discord. I'm like, bro, how if Unc, which Mel likes to call me, if I know how to work Discord, this is your generation's technology. So
Like,
Steph, if you listening to
no,
this stuff,
Steph had like a bad week in the chat, bro.
if
Then,
you
and then
listen
Yo,
to
he,
this stuff,
and
Steph, if
then
you listening to this, I don't forget what Ace said. I don't need you to work on passing. I don't need you to work on defense. I need you to tap in, go on YouTube, type in Discord 101 and figure it out. Because you're right now, I'm not even your captain, but right now I'm telling you, you're on the brink of getting traded again. Okay, buddy?
yeah, yo.
listen,
What?
bro. At one point, and I know we skipped the locker room talk. At one point, I had told Viz, I said, Viz, I said, you might just have to release him. We just might need a AI for the rest of the season. I said, this just not working.
It
I
wouldn't
said,
even matter. If you released him, he would not know that he was released.
but that's where I was going, D. He didn't even know he was traded. And I tagged him, bro. He goes in the trade and he said, and then he says the Phantom's in like fourth place, right? Bro, you gotta win. Yo, I said, cuz this young boy crazy, cuz.
Hey man, I gotta add a third meme too because I completely forgot this one. Shout out to Mel with the miraculous healing of his fingers. 'Cause dog, this man was talking about, yeah, my fingers are so cooked. I think I can only play one game and then I'm done for the whole season. Gets traded and Lord, baby Jesus, he can walk. He's healed.
Well, it's amazing what happened when you go from a winless team to now all of a sudden you got playoff hopes.
I ain't gonna until Darius had brought it up in chat. I forgot he even said his fingers was broke. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, he sent me the picture and everything. I'm like, ain't no way he wrapped his own finger up just to
That
try to
man,
sell
he
this.
actually took he took the advice you gave Steph. He went on YouTube and screenshotted broken fingers and sent that joint over there.
He probably did.
Broken fingers 101.
Oh man, the James Harden fat suit, man.
The thing
You're the
is,
investigator.
it was his pinky and his ring finger too. You don't even really use that joint in 2K for real. I'm like,
No,
yo,
no,
you just saying anything, Mel.
Shout out Mel. He a great teammate, dog.
Hey man, but I think we're gonna wrap it up there, fellas. Let us know in the chat y'all thoughts. If you give us some feedback on our topics, the way we kind of kept try to keep this moving. We did spend a little bit more time on the power rankings this time, but we'll be a little bit more brief on that next time around. And we didn't get to it this time, so we will definitely bring up the again, this is going to be our new thing. I just lost it. My goodness. It was supposed to be the rivalry radar. So we're going to be highlighting some like budding rivalries between teams, maybe even between players, aka Tay and Donuts. And then also, there was one other one we might be bringing up, which is going to be the locker room confessionals slash hot takes. So it may not be like anything to cause too much drama, but it could be some hot takes from various players throughout the league. And there was one other topic too. We will definitely keep up the box score breakdown. I feel like you guys will enjoy that a little bit. And we can get, spotlight some players that may not often get, looked at. And I think there's going to be, we will probably start talking about like a matchup of the week going forward. So if there's any topics that you guys feel you want to hear us talk about, or you guys want to get on here to talk about, let us know. We definitely gonna, go ahead. My fault.
No. I was just following up. We definitely gonna try to be a little more consistent this season. Sorry
Yeah,
we ain't
yeah.
had a soundboard. Try to make it a little more entertaining. It's the first podcast of the season, so we're gonna try to be a little more clean and smooth next time. And
And
just
shout
to
out
let
to
y'all
Sosa
know,
and Tone for the Glue Guys pod too.
yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna definitely
I
let
was
that
about to.
go. I like the way Sosa. I like they friends anyway, but I like their chemistry. They got like legitimate podcast energy.
Yeah, they got good energy. I was gonna say thanks for lowering the gauntlet because we're gonna, we got it. We had to answer back. So, next time y'all bring some heat, we're gonna bring some more heat. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep it a little bit more fresh, little bit more funky. But y'all, it's back to y'all. We're looking at y'all now. So what y'all gonna do next? And with that, we out.